Batman Year One is amazing, but not for the reason you think. Behind its story of focusing on Gordon and Bruce Wayne, and before Batman the Long Halloween's holiday crime spree. Found dead, submerged in his own blood. No ligature marks, shot where he was found. We had something that no other Batman comic captured. What's truly inside Batman Year One? Oh, this is a long one. It's a bitter snow-filled January. The art style, though not as bold or as rich as Legends of the Dark Knight, Arkham Asylum, or even The Long Halloween, is perfect and necessary for what this Gotham is. The art style's grit, grime, and groundedness. It's detailed in its urban architecture. I could feel the mood of Gotham just from Gordon standing in the subway. I could hear the screeches of the train approaching, the muffled sounds of voices behind closed doors. It's cinematic realism that makes Year One so strangely immersive. This is part of what makes Year One stand out so much, not just as a comic, but a Batman experience. The story, of course, is a thematic journey, one of a detailed inner monologue-filled battle to fill the gap in Bruce and Gordon's complexion. But what really makes this special is its quiet ambience. It's not brash, it's cold, dark, and allows for real engagement into this Gotham. The cover art is drenched in shadow, like much of the scenery from its red light district, which is sad in a sort of way. It's a hub for desperate criminals and lonesome people. So why does Gordon's arrival to Gotham, standing in the subway, evoke such emotion when it was probably unintentionally provocative? Especially the distance between the characters, the train passing, and the crowd of people, I could see within the mind of Gordon because of its environmental storytelling. It's quiet and hardly furnished with lack of real care from the Gotham police force. The crime blotter has incredible realism. The voices of the author's sarcastic diction is exactly why I feel like a resident in this Gotham. Gossip diva Vicky Vale got her legendary, notoriously firm, shapely fanny tossed into the hoosgow yet again after trying to lift an estimated $11,320 worth of merchandise from the spraying. How that little snot pulled off this heist is anybody's guess. I know what my own guess is, but you can figure that out for yourself. I just report this stuff. The flow of Year One is cinematic, switching between Bruce Wayne and Gordon, both of whom are mentally lost. The story isn't pretty. Gordon's talents and adjustment to Gotham is why he embodies Gotham in a sort of way. He's uncivilized like Gotham itself in his methods. He's rough around the edges and enhances the feeling of loneliness that permeates Gotham. It's clear there's greatness in the city, just like Gordon and his goodwill, but it's subdued. Bruce Wayne is tormented and speaks to his father to combat his confusion. He knows something isn't right, and he can't let his father down, and Gordon can't let his family down either. Really, they're one and the same. Protection, family, confusion, and frustration are breaking down each of them. The framing of the panels takes a lot from film. It allows us to feel the emotion of the characters. I can sense the loneliness in Gordon just from this panel. The wide shot angle, him sitting in the chair while everybody's covered in darker light and shadow. The narration provides a glimpse into their world. What I love is that the scope of the panels is fairly small. Wide shots like the arrival of the train are few and far between. And with the architecture, it feels almost like a jail cell, but one where fresh air is constant and the slight smell of metal is prevalent, while also providing a comforting darkness. The presence of homeless people, gang members, worn down cops fill the atmosphere of Gotham with a sense of dread, realism, and it's tired and cold. Its quiet atmosphere reminds me of older noir films where the scenery is the ambience, and the film score is subdued, like Rear Window in Chinatown.
I got a bone. I don't want you monkey.
The panel with Batman in the warehouse is beautiful, and same with the hostage situation with the rain pouring down. It's chaotic in the way it's framed. And I like this panel where he's drenched in blue light. The characters aren't perfect. Gordon feels heavily weighed down with confusion. He cheats on his wife for a sergeant, and the police have little empathy for human life, only pursuing their order to be the one to catch the Batman. Plus, there's casual racism in here too. By this point, Bruce is already Batman. You can see what he did once he found that missing hole, but Gordon hasn't quite found it yet. He's intelligent but lost. His prime suspect for Batman is Bruce Wayne, citing his parents' murder as motive. Plus, the weaponry must have been obtained by someone with money. Gordon feels guilty about the pregnancy of his wife. He has animosity directed towards him at all times. Every time we see him with Barbara, they're covered in darkness. What makes Bruce and Gordon's story so unique here is how human it is. The guilt and fear of letting his father down, Gordon cheating on his wife, faced with ambivalence and a constant inner battle. The story progresses through months. By February, Bruce is training deep in snow. Now May, the warehouse assault in Robinson Park, cluster of armed SWAT and police, with the police car's bright light. This will also look amazing in a film. The lighting here is phenomenal. Bright colors like this always remind me of Suspiria. Because Gordon and Bruce Wayne's paths are so similar, it makes sense that Gordon would actually see Batman for who he truly is, and he would be the only one to see that Batman really is helping. We come to see this beautifully drawn panel with incredible lighting. Gordon also arrested a drug operator named Skeevers, but was recently bailed out, so now Batman is taking care of him. His eyes, due to the lighting, glow red as he pins down Skeevers, and Skeevers' eyes bloodshot red from the coke he was sniffing. While hospitalized, there's an attempted murder on him, slipping rat poison into his food. It's a whole media frenzy. That's even before Commissioner Loeb shows Gordon photos of his activities with the sergeant while Gordon is still on the Batman case. Gordon has made a positive name for himself, but his more than imperfections bring guilt to light. Each page has incredible use of shadows. It's incredibly expressive, like Gordon walking in the rain with the woman he's seeing. That is until Loeb finds out about it. Gordon isn't popular in the police force, but he's genuinely helping. Inside he's decent, he tries to let that shine in Gotham's dark alleys, so he tells Barbara about his affair. It's deeply personal. It reveals to us that Gordon's self-control wears thin when he's beaten down by Gotham. He's a decent man who cares deeply about life, but falls into temptation. Gordon is standing in the distance. In shadow, you can really feel shame. The streetlights cover him in an orange-reddish light. Just a few days later, his child is finally born. Something isn't right though. Gordon was just called in, but a deep fear sets in. His family. In the garage, his baby is held at gunpoint. They both promise to make a positive change to Gotham, Bruce and Gordon. Gordon's journey of infidelity, frustration, guilt of pregnancy, and adjustment to Gotham is directly parallel to Bruce. Respect. Gordon knows his purpose now. So to answer the earlier question, and the question that made you click this video, Batman Year One creates a soundscape of realism, scaled down to the grid of Gotham. But that doesn't take away the use of color. It's the human realism, use of crowd space, and distant voices that make you feel like you're with Gordon himself, seeing his inner battle. That's why Batman Year One isn't just a story to me. It's one of the most immersive comics I've read, combining such a human aspect to the characters. The art is incredible, the feel of the paper is slightly rough and detailed. That's why Batman Year One is not just a story. I mean, if you couldn't tell, Batman Year One is my favorite Batman comic. I still have quite a bit to brush up on though, so yeah. It's 97 pages, it's a good read, so if you haven't read it and you made it this far, well, I spoiled the comic, but it's still a good read.
There's like another verse, bruh.